defense on the perimeter?
Yeah, I'd like to give credit to Lindenwood. I mean, they're a really good team, and obviously they're experienced, and they run outstanding offense. I thought our breakdowns, we had a lot of breakdowns in different areas. The first half, transition defense was really poor. We gave up 4 of the threes they made in transition because we weren't communicating like we would have liked. And then our ability to keep the ball in front of us put us in constant positions where we were having to rotate. And we got to be able to defend the ball and keep it out of our paint. And, it's a great game for us. I mean, I'm thrilled at this game. One of the things that we talked about before we scheduled this game was we wanted to play a team that would really challenge us in exhibition. And Lindenwood's one of the traditionally best Division II programs in the country, and that's no disrespect to the teams that we've played in the past because they're good teams and really well coached. But we knew coming into today that they would probably expose us in some areas. And so I think our guys, we have their full attention and got to get back to work.
Greg played the most out of the freshmen, 19 minutes. What did you see out of him today?
I think Greg is competitive. He's a gamer. He doesn't have to catch up in terms of how hard you have to play at the college level, like a lot of freshmen do. And I thought he gave us some really good minutes, and we had some unusual lineups in there, obviously because the injured didn't play. But I thought Greg gave us really good minutes off the bench, and I trust him as a player.
And Theo only played 4 minutes. Was that an ankle thing, or was it?
Yeah, he hasn't been able to practice. Really, he's had 1 full day of practice in the last week, and this is one. It's a real hard team to play against because they really space the floor. He's just got to work himself back into shape after having all those days off and get his ankle better.
You mentioned weird lineups. I think Hauser played at 5 a little bit. That kind of gave you a little spark in the second half. Is that a lineup you've been looking at a little bit? Yeah,
not necessarily. Again, in a perfect world, we want to play with Matt and get Theo healthy and get him back up to speed. But, again, when you're playing a team that oftentimes had 5 3-point shooters out there, that smaller lineup gave us a better chance to defend them.
And then not a very common sight when you see Marcus go 0 for 7. So how does the team kind of have to adapt to that situation when that happens?
Well, again, there's going to be days where you don't shoot well. And, we as a team, we were able to win on a game when one of our better players didn't shoot like he normally does. And, you have to find a way to win. And that's defensively, that's other guys stepping up, which I think we had a number of other guys step up. I thought Hanif really did a good job for us. I thought Sakar, for somebody who's never played in a game that had this much pressure, I thought he did really nice. And Sam was Sam.
Coach, it seems like one of the plays Lindenwood was having the most success on was the baseline drive over to the opposite corner for a 3. How much of that was really good offensive execution by them? How much of it was a lack of communication on the part of the defense, or is there something else that caused that to be a success?
Well, I mean, one, they execute their stuff really well. I mean, they run outstanding offense, and they play with shooters. And then we kept letting the ball get downhill. We didn't stay in front of the ball. And so when you're forced to be in rotation and they have good decision makers, those guys found the open men. And, they certainly knocked them down tonight, or this afternoon. But, again, it's a great game for us. It's a real learning opportunity, and which is awesome.
That's it. Thanks.
Thank you.